Hello and welcome to my second video about Lawbreakers. Today we're gonna talk about the first-person shooter developed by Bosky Productions and published by Nexon America, and all the other information are in the video description below. So today I want to talk about my experience with the beta and a little bit about the classes that I've played. So the first video will be about the Gunslinger. It's basically a Western hero but in the future. So he has two pistols. One is a burst fire pistol and the other one is a hard-hitting chargeable pistol, which can basically one-shot headshot enemies across the map. So let's talk about the abilities. He has a throwable knife that highlights enemy players in a small radius, which basically means that he's a small little Widowmaker ultimate, for example. I don't like to compare the two games, to be honest. They're very different to each other, but still, just to give you an idea about how the throwing knife works. So you basically get the enemy players highlighted on the real world, not just minimap, but on the real world. The next thing is his movement ability are 3 dashes, so you can dash forward, to the sides, or upwards, however you want to do it. I recommend you to always have at least one dash ready at all time, just to dash upwards when the next assassin is around the corner. And he has his ultimate, which basically is both pistols starting to shoot fully automatic until the ultimate ends and killing everything in front of the pistols very fast. So what are the advantages of the class? Basically, it's currently the only sniper-like class, so you're the only one who will be an advantage on an open field on long range to medium range, rather long range to be honest. You're extremely dangerous when you have skilled hands, when you're good at aiming, and when you can land those headshots, especially when you are in an open area, in a low gravity area where everybody is busy fighting someone. You can just pick them off without them even knowing that you are there. That's like the interesting part, or the easiest part. The harder part I will talk about in the disadvantages. Basically, you should always have one dash ready. Don't use all 3 dashes just to be faster than your enemy. Always have one in your backhand, because when one assassin is coming around the corner, you will want to use it to just dash upwards and do a jump. Because if you don't have a jump, the assassin will probably kill you very fast. But if you jump upwards, they will probably be confused and you can just pick them off with the burst fire pistol, usually. The other thing is, this is a class that you actually really want to play in the open area. Usually with all the classes, I try to stay a little bit inside, a little bit outside, and switch around, go into the low gravity areas and then go back to the normal areas, because I'm not completely sure where to play them. This is a character that you have to absolutely play in low gravity areas if you're good at aiming, because this is you're not a big character. You're not easily predictable where you go, because you can dash around, you can just stay away from enemies and just pick them off over a distance, and they have to come to you, and if you're good at aiming, you can just hit them. In close quarters areas, it's usually not that easy. So basically, what are the disadvantages of this character? If you go into close quarters and you're not god level of skill and aiming, then you will probably die a couple of times, which basically just is due to most of the close quarter areas have shorter distances between the enemies. So it basically happens you run into the arms of a Titan and he will just blow you up, or you will run into the arms of an Enforcer or any other class and they will just kill you, because they will be faster, unless you're really good and land a couple of headshots. So basically, one of the other disadvantages that I found out is that it's hard to play for unskilled players. All the other classes are kind of forgiving. You can just use them, you can play them full automatic, or you can just spam them and you will probably still make a kill. With this one, it's hard, because the burst pistol in close quarters is not really strong enough to actually kill something, and if you're not hitting something over longer ranges with the chargeable pistol, then you will also not have a fun time. So basically, you will have to train and dedicate to the character for some time to actually get to know how to play it and how to aim with it. The other thing is, throwing knives sometimes feels really useless. Like, I think it's only me because I'm really bad at predicting where enemies are in Lawbreakers, so I don't know where to throw my knife, and mostly it's useless. I just spot maybe one enemy, or none even, and then it's just not helpful. But it recharges very fast, so it's fine. Like, it's nothing unbalanced. It just feels a little bit useless in my hands. So what is my personal experience about the class? Basically, it took quite some time to adjust my playstyle to actually be good with the Gunslinger. Basically, I had to relearn how to play a character like that, to stay away from enemies, not go all in, not go into the close quarters arenas, and stay a little bit away from the objective. Like, that's something you usually don't wanna do, because usually you wanna like charge the battery, defend the battery, but here you're better when you just stay a little bit away and try to pick off the enemies that are on the way to get your battery, for example. The other thing is, the character is extremely fun. It was I think even the most fun character I've played in this beta. So, and it's also one of the most effective characters, especially in the open low gravity areas, which I usually try to avoid, at least with some characters. The other thing is, it's not always easy to play the objective with the characters, so you basically have to think about, do I really want to be on the battery in the spot, or do I want to be like a little bit outside and try to snipe the enemies that are on the way to the battery? Usually that's what you want to do. The other thing is, it's very, very, very satisfying to land headshots across the map. I don't know if they're gonna nerf the pistol, the chargeable pistol, but to be honest, I think that would kill the character. Like, just have some kind of other character who can like kill a gunslinger very fast. Like, have a counter to it. Don't nerf him. Like, find some way to probably balance him. But to be honest, like, does he need balancing? I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on that. But for me, it feels like he feels very strong, but he's not like god power level of strongness. I don't know if that word exists. Like, yeah, definitely very satisfying when landing headshots across the map. And the last thing I want to mention is, for me, it was very easy to ruin my ultimate and be annoyed about myself. But that's something the game is not like at fault for this. This is just something I'm bad at. Basically, like, the Titan has the same problem for me. I ultimate and then there's either no enemy or too many enemies to kill and I just die. But that's just me. To be honest, if you haven't gotten any key to the alpha or the beta, just register at their website, and at the next beta phase, which will be in the next couple of weeks or months, you will probably get a key and then can play it for free on Steam. And that's basically all I can say about it. The next video will probably be about the battle medic. So basically they have added a medic to the game, and I want to have a look at it. So I'll see you in the next video. And I want to revive the hashtag again. Just write killability into your comment. I liked how you all commented last time. So see you in the next video. Bye.